Hey YouTube, I'd like to introduce a new thing I'm doing. It's called Tip Tuesdays. This is the very first one. Please leave feedback, whether you like it or you don't like it. I would really like to hear your opinion on my tips, and if you ever would like to submit a tip, and I'll do it. I'm sort of trying to do something like Mr. Saltwater Tank, but on Tuesdays. So I'm calling it Tip Tuesday, and I'll let you see the first one. Hey YouTube, this is Finger11 Yo. This is the first Tip Tuesday. First tip I'm gonna give you is to screen off your overflow box. I have it in a way so if the fish jumps up, it'll simply hit this and fall back in. You want to try a way to stay away from stuff that is flat, because if the fish does get up there, it might have a hard time getting back to the water. So I like to do it this way, and it really keeps the fish from jumping in. Second tip I have for you guys today is to trim your macroalgae often. The more you trim it, obviously the more it's going to grow, just like plant seed plant in the ground. You want to trim them often. The other reason you trim them is to remove phosphates and nitrates from your system. Basically what macroalgae do is they absorb phosphates and nitrates, and if they start to die, they'll leach the phosphates and nitrates back into your system. So what you do is every time I do a water change, which is about once a week, sometimes more, I will trim the Chaeto and pull it out, and I will trim the Red Flame and pull it out. And what this is doing is making them grow faster and making them absorb more phosphates. When they grow faster, they have to use more phosphates and nitrates to grow. So that's another tip. And when you actually do go and trim your macroalgae, be sure to pick them up and look under them. A lot of times there is a lot of detritus because they do block a lot of flow. Especially in my tank. This is the first time I realized it, but there was a lot of detritus. So what I did was I siphoned it all out and I put more hermit crabs down here. So this tank the sump has a cleanup crew, and the main display has a cleanup crew. Obviously there's tons of pods and stuff that will help, but for a lot of the bigger stuff you only need hermit crabs or starfish. So I added more hermit crabs. I had some in there. I added about 10 more. So yeah, it's the end of the first Tuesday quick tip. So this is Finger11 Yo. I'm out.